Had some interesting events already. For instance, had 2 chiefs who were causing me stability issues due to declining loyalty duel each other and both died in the process. Yeah, I've had that one. I got the hang of EU4 after 3 campaigns. Do not see that happening here. I mean, I'm familiar with this. Like, as you're seeing, I'm kind of flailing a bit with the monarchy because that's brand new. I've had a monarchy for about half an hour. Okay, an hour by now. But like how the movement of citizens and all that stuff happens, I mean, there are still things I am learning. Particularly a number of hidden features. So, a couple of my armies are currently assigned to a region. That's because if you attach them to a region, they decrease the unrest in that region. And then they are basically used by the governor of that region to quell unrest. Not really explained anywhere, it's just a button that you can press. Similarly, when moving populations, it's within that province, anywhere in that province or adjacent. So at first I was just doing it adjacent, but then someone pointed out, why aren't you just jumping them across the province? I was like, oh, I mean that's more obvious, that was just me being stupid, but like the region unrest reduction? Would never have known about that had Shen not told me. Steam reviews are pretty mixed. Should probably read those later, though. Okay, I'm curious. What are the Steam reviews like already? See if we agree with them. Let's stop the trailer first of all. Oh wow, they are mixed. Recommended, not as deep, can't even play the game, more tedious than entertaining. Finally feel rich owning 100% of a Paradox game, finished the tutorial, very fun. Poor handling and optimization, poor character. Pretty empty, feels like a technical demo. I like it. I spent an hour and a half learning it, looks good. Won't be recommending due to multiple issues plaguing the game at launch. What a disappointment, try to combine Victoria to Stellaris. I'm sure with all other games, Paradox, a few DLCs will help the game a lot. Destroyed a nation, imprisoned families, bad performance. Waiting for this game for some time. Seems confused as to what it's trying to be. It's not finished. I disagree with that. Yes, it needs polish. I'll completely agree with that. First you get rid of the tribesmen, next your leaders will start to wear shirts. Where is it going to end? I'm losing my dignity. No, we're just going to have dwarves in shirts. Business dwarves. Citizen dwarves. An envoy from the blah blah blah. You're trying to import iron from Quadia. Was I not already... Where... What? Why do I have... Huh? Where's Quadia? That's Quadia. How do you have spare iron? Do you have other provinces that do iron as well? Hang on. Hold your horses. No. And you're exporting to Abdura, yes. Oh, they must have cancelled it, because this is also giving me the discipline bonus. Alright, fine with that. Needs polish, but that's Paradox. They're quite good at polishing their products. I mean, a lot of the stuff that needs polish is basically just going to be player feedback stuff. Like where more information needs to be displayed. Polar Cat, thanks for the follow. I'll admit the game does feel a bit empty, but the only reason I'm comparing it to you for all its DLC and TK2 with all its DLC. Yeah, exactly. Like, as a base game coming out, this feels a lot more complete than, for example, Stellaris did. After spending some time in a deep melancholic depression, Okrima has managed to finally laugh and act as his own self. Good! This means he's actually going to have a lot more skills now. Ah. You can see the different supports here. And Hildelic definitely seems to be becoming a good orator. Are they all Geralduses? They are, so it'll... No, you're a Gundred. These two are Geralduses, though, so it'll stay within the family, probably. Personally, I normally don't like Steam reviews. That's just too easy to bomb it or rate it badly without playing it, and too many people do that just because they dislike Paradox and DLC policy. I totally agree with you. That's why I was taking a lot of those with a pinch of salt. Although there weren't actually, in just the page that I read, any complaints about DLC policy. I do like the way that they handle children's genetics. I've only just started to do that because as a tribe, you don't give a damn. I didn't even know you could marry your ruler off. People are comparing this to EU4 and CK2 with DLC and not just the base game. Yeah, they are, definitely. Why are you taking attrition? Why are there two of you on the same spot? Oh! Because one of you is disloyal army. Yeah, we have two disloyal armies. Oh dear. We have an invention again. Do we have any other trade routes to set up? We do not. Okay, let's do this. River outposts. Trade flows with the tide, they say, but the rivers are the veins and the arteries of our commercial network. Establishing regular outposts along them will give traders a sense of security and attract greater investment. So now we need to do a bunch of trade routes. I mean, we could set up another trade route for Ibdura. Base metals. So what would we get for base metals? What's the surplus bonus? Surplus bonus for you is 10% more national manpower, which would be really quite nice. Oh, there they are. Light infantry offense. We do use light infantry. Intriguing. Mordred in his review said how people do that and he feels it's a disservice to them to say that. Yeah, I agree with that, but a lot of people don't realise, like, Crusader Kings 2 is 10 years old or something crazy like that, and there are probably 1.5 DLCs a year, maybe even 2 DLCs a year, adding even more content. I mean, the best way to compare Paradox strategy games, frankly, is to an MMO, which receive constant updates in the same way. Like, of all of the games companies pretending to do games as a service, Paradox are the ones who've got that right. I wish the trade goods map showed the goods and not just words. I quite like that it says words. I mean, the thing that I really like about the trade good map mode is you can click on one of the goods and it will highlight where they all are. Like, the trade good map mode is actually the one, or the map modes where I think they've got it pretty good. Industrial folk of Abartus have excelled themselves, contributing their own personal funds to develop the infrastructure of their fine city. Click on here and you want to know where all the gemstones in the world are. You can look at this map and be amazed by the fact that I own 2 of the 3. And that one is really not very far away from me. And I will have it. Oh yes. Well, where are the other precious metals? I know there's more of those around. Same region. That's Romania, so I need to get into Romania. Maybe we'll do some more wars against these guys. I was thinking of going towards Germany, but maybe we'll go down towards Greece instead. Interesting. Have the dwarves dig deeply and greedily. Oh, they have been. I do like the trade system, can't wait for more to be added to it. I want to like the trade system, but it needs massively improved UI to really be usable. Trade and citizens, those are the 2 areas where my UI complaints are the strongest. I like what they're trying to do, they just don't... I like what they're trying to do, the mechanics underpinning them are excellent, but the way they're displayed isn't. And that's coming from someone who really, really likes their trade. I mean, just look at any of my EU4 playthroughs. I'm getting really distracted here. What the hell am I trying to do? I'm trying to think and pick a fight with you. How much would that cost me to do? Covert, fabricate claim will cost 200, and you're also 70. You tech level 17, are you kidding? Good grief, your armies are going to be insane. Thankfully, you've only got 26 cohorts. So just in terms of sheer numbers, I can just override you. Yeah, the other thing I need to do is sort out my trade routes, because we have quite a few. Okrima the Loving. Okrima Geraldus is a man of many faults, but a cold heart is not one of them. All his peers wax lyrical on the subject of his ardent friendships and passions. What's that do for him? More oratory? Maximum friends +1, charisma +1. He is really charismatic. Part of the reason he was elected king in the first place. Oh dear, his health is going down though. We could try to get a couple more friends. So who are the powerful people in the world who don't like us? Well, actually, let's take a look at how much these guys are loyal. 84 loyalty, you're fine. Sparrowhawk. 52 loyalty, so you need to do some work. You're also only a combat 6. I forgot how corrupt all of these people are. And then hack on the other army. Loyalty 79. You're extremely loyal. Is there a way? Yes, there is. I want to take a look in here and then sort this by how much money they have. So Rando, Hogram, and then Okrima. So these two basically need to be befriended. Loyalty 33, loyalty 76. You in particular need to be. So we're going to try and make friends with you. We should have the personal wealth to do this. Yes, I think we do. The benefits of power. Rando Sigramundus is the target of a brazenly outspoken critic. We will spend... well, actually... no, we're not going to do that because I really can't afford the tyranny because it decreases loyalty. So I'm going to say, that's beneath me. We will bribe you. We'll throw money at you rather than tyranny. Just weird to see as it's hard as U4 where you need to do super maths to be good at it like it is now. I feel like that's actually more of a problem. Yeah, actually I can see that. I mean, I definitely don't consider myself good at maths, especially not when I'm doing it live on stream and my math skills are atrocious. I think we're going to again spend oratory. I tend to find I struggle more with Crusader Kings. Done the tutorial, still feel like I know nothing. Going to start my first Iron Man campaign, still trying to figure out which nation to play, leaning towards Thrace. Thrace is a good choice. I would probably suggest one of the civilized nations rather than Migratory Horde. Like, I really threw myself into the deep end. Because when I first loaded up the game, it was a multiplayer game with Midge, Ben, Roach, Mus, I think? And I just chose Frisia. None of us had played it before. Literally, we got the codes and we're like, okay, we're going to try this, and we'll bounce ideas off of each other as we try to teach ourselves the game. And I think all of us, with the possible exception of Mus, were wiped out. That's how badly we did. So since then, I did the tutorial with Rome, then I jumped in with the Langobards, and I think this is actually my third game with the Langobards. I did 2 test games first. Didn't do very far. Didn't get wiped out either. So yeah, it's definitely a process of learning how this works. Wild beasts from the far corners of the earth make for eye-catching and exotic gifts. Various merchants throughout the region offer a wide range of creatures, both for the arena and private owners. From Scythian colts to Nubian leopards, the question is, which is the most impressive beast to send? We are going to spend that one with a tiger. Aha! Civil War. I was expecting that. Yes, it's the retinues. Okay. This is a way of purging the old order. That's why I'm not really against it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise another army like this. And then we'll also have the provincial garrisons. And we'll need to work out the disloyal characters. But all of these are disloyal because they have loyal cohorts. So this is going to be the big purge that we need to have. And we have quite a lot of manpower, so I'm pretty happy about that. Brother of the Governor of Dacia. Retinue. And we have a lot of money for mercenaries if we need them. So yes, I think we are going to go ahead and hire another 6 heavy cavalry and 8 heavy infantry. Check I didn't double any of those down. 6 of these. Okay. Let the build-up commence. A naval update is practically guaranteed. There is one already, they've announced it. Well, they haven't announced it officially, but they announced it to us. I'm still really dubious about whether I'm allowed to talk to about this, because it was in the embargo email. But then, why would they tell us in an email? They could just keep that quiet. But yeah, there is a big naval update planned for June, which is going to add new types of ships, because naval warfare will have the same rock, paper, scissors combat style that armies do. It'll add traits and things like that for admirals as well. Omen power. Oh, I wasn't even expecting new technologies. Sweet. What omens did we get? Sacrifice to the gods reduce, that is stability. Tech speed. Ooh. And monthly war exhaustion. Tech speed I really want. Spurned by Rando. Despite our best efforts to encourage a friendship with Rando, it does appear he was not convinced. Though I spent a lot of money on him. The fool. The other thing I think I am going to do is we're going to consolidate who I believe are going to be the loyal armies. So these 3 are definitely the hostiles. We've already got these guys down here, so we're going to try and hold on to the south. Because the south is like the basis of my economy. Well, my technology. My economy is actually mostly up here. We'll take it as it comes. It's fine. Don't see how this could possibly go wrong. The only thing I might want to move around are the provincial armies, because they are very good at sieging. So let's move you down here. Let's grab you. Move you down here. Let's grab you. You're the light cavalry down here. You're already there. So we may have some provincial instability as well coming, but we'll deal with that. They talked about it in several Paradox streams. You're safe. Okay, cool. There was a 24-hour stream and the guy read the mail live on Twitch to the audience. Okay. Right, let's group you lot together and give you a commander. This definitely needs to be someone with high loyalty. If commander, enslavement, efficiency, siege ability. Oh, yeah, level 5 though. I'd rather have the level 7. Loyal, kind of corrupt, but you'll do. Right, so we're going to have the Gundred, Segramandi, and Dagarishis fighting against us. So Hakon, you are commanded by Malaricus, you're fine. Sparrowhawk, commanded by Tancred, you're fine. Langobards' retinue is staying loyal, you're fine. Seeing as you're led by the king. And then we have a couple of armies with no commanders. There are a couple of provinces with bad guys. The thing is, I don't know if it's the entire family that flips or not. I have my doubts. I'll save the game just in case. Oh, hello, barbarians. I see you over there. Oh, yeah, you are coming for us. Oh, cavalry! Got a job for you. Why am I preparing for a civil war? Did a big thing happen while I was gone? No. It's just a lot of the retinues have decided, actually, you know what, I fancy being king. And because they have so many loyal cohorts, it's impossible to make them loyal. So I'm quite happy for this civil war to happen, because it will basically clear out the old order. And allow me to really stabilize the nation. And I already control all of the bases of power, it's just those 3 retinues which we will need to slap down. Possibly some of the provinces, I don't know exactly how that's going to work. The wealthier residents of Gothinia have sent a formal petition on behalf of the entire province complaining about the harsh ways of the governor Tunquild Mardobus. I think that we should send a representative. However, let's just go to all of these guys and just double check their loyalty. I just want to be sure that they can be relied upon in the case of bad things happening. We need to ensure that these armies are not, for whatever reason, lost. And then let's also change the governors, I think. Loyalty 65. I think you can be bribed. That's me. Loyalty 75. You're fine. Loyalty 45. You'll have to be replaced. We'll bribe you just to keep you on side. And yeah, Bohemia is going to have to be changed. That's Pannonia. That's Bohemia. To somebody who is rather more loyal to the regime. Like you! Wow, giving power to the Eidgids. That's definitely not going to backfire. Sounds like Erdogan when he knew a coup was coming. I mean, you got to prepare for these things. Alright, so the cavalry absolutely slapped them around. 2,000 losses for 4,000 kills. You are retreating to Castrana, which is here. And we will fight them. That's 2 of their cohort, 2 of the rebels moving together. Unfortunately for you, I am going to get hit first. But then we are going to take a bunch of attrition when those idiots arrive. Let's have you moving away. If you can be caught up by some forts, then that would be very good. Mordred has built an army, so that's going to be another disloyal army in. Right? Yeah, with a loyalty of 0, this is another force I'll have to fight against. Morale of armies plus 0.1, so we did just get the marshal. Plus 5 discipline, plus 5 fort defense, or plus 5 assault ability. Well, I think that we do need the discipline. As much as I want the technology, this is now about war. Originating somewhere in the south of Italy, this logistic fighting force was a collection of maniples. Each manipul consisted of 120 men organized as a cohesive unit, fighting in concert with any number of additional maniples. So now my base discipline is plus 10. Don't know if my Civil War opponents are going to inherit the same stuff as us. The timer for Civil War seems to be going backwards. Struggling with the whole money economy part of the game. The money thing, I think, is one of the more opaque. It's kind of hard to get a real finger on. If you're doing the tutorial as Rome, it's almost impossible to balance your economy. They've done something to change how it's set up, which is, I think, why you start with a huge amount of money. Like every other game that I played since that Rome tutorial, money was less of an issue. I don't get why it's so bad. I think it's because it encourages you to build so many troops early on. Like, you shouldn't roll with that many. Another daughter. So they're going to be attacking with like 70,000 men. We're going to have far fewer, but we could bring in mercenaries if we need to. And I reckon the quality of my forces are going to be a lot stronger. And we do know that a whole bunch of their units are over here. I think... In fact, all 3 of them are here. Right. Let's put you there. Let's put you there. Let's put you there. Because we got this fort which is going to hold that position. Let's have you holding the fort in case anything bad happens. And then we'll move the cavalry to Donaria to react in whichever direction. All of this is forest, so they'll have the defensive bonuses. But if I can lock in their entire army here, then... game over, man. Game over. Right, so we do have a couple of war hosts with our commanders. I'm going to leave them without commanders. Once the civil war is declared, then I will assign commanders, I think. Like, my regular armies can have them, but everyone else can be removed. I just want to make sure that these are actually loyal. I don't see them flipping, but if they're the wrong family, then they might regardless. I don't know how that works. March of Time. We've got gout. Oh dear. 7 months. How old's the kid? 9 years old. How old are we? 72. Okay. We've lost a lot to attrition. Barbarians. Oh, there. Cavalry! I got a little job for you. Yeah, Abdura could be importing something. Stone would increase fort defense and build cost. Wine would decrease army maintenance cost. Grain would increase manpower. You know what, let's bring in another source of grain. Extra population growth, extra manpower, that can't be a bad thing. Earning 644 a month now. Oh no, they're moving away! Curses! Well, we can still support the army up here, so I think we're okay. Oh, it's because they're all moving up to here now. Lost 1,000, they lost 3,000. We're moving this way. Where we shall fight them! And crush them. They're waiting for the 70-year-old king to bite the bullet and attack a 9-year-old. That's low. It kind of is, isn't it? 3 months. Right. Trade route map mode. You have no fish. We have no fish available. Well, maybe we do. Trade overview, exporting... Because I basically export everything. Let's cancel that export and bring fish in instead, so we can get the extra pop growth. I'm really curious about what land they're going to be given. Scandal! So this is none of our business, in which case I lose popularity, and Waldberg, that's her. Wife of the steward, that's him. loses loyalty, and they see each other as rivals. Not me, each other. Shouldn't tolerate infidelity. He loses prominence and he gets fired as the steward. He is a very good steward. So, none of my business. I'll lose a bit of popularity, I don't care. And you know what? Just to rub it in your faces, let's host some games. Sure, why not? Huzzah! Why do I suddenly feel like Nero? Fiddling while Ibdura burns.